Hello, this is Kwantonium and welcome to another video commentary for Napoleon Total War Online. I am the Ottomans. I wanted to try something new, so I chose them. While my enemy is the Russians. This is Serpentine, my Norwegian friend. And yeah, I chose the map Waterloo. So this was only I think the second time I played with the Ottomans. I chose not to have any artillery because I tried the mortars once, but they didn't work very well. Anyway, my army consists of 4 Chaternal camel guards, 2 Scimitar guards, 4 Nizam Kedit rifles, 8 Nizam Kedit infantry, and my general is Ahmed al-Jassar. Over to his army, he has 14 units of musketeers, 2 units of 6-pound foot artillery. His general is Count von Bennigsen, and he also have 3 units of mounted rifles. So I moved my right flank to the right here, but I didn't actually know that there were places that they could not run up these slopes, for example. So after a while I moved them over to my left flank, which consists of the same units. So I charged my skirmishers up front so that I could start shooting at him. He didn't have any skirmishers, so that was good for me because then I could just shoot at him until he could run towards me. He did have some artillery though, and they were constantly shooting at me. So I took some damage, and you can see I already lost about 18 units from one of, 18 of these guys from one of my units. So my skirmishers have gotten to shoot a bit at his musketeers, and he lost some. Now, when you have this many units, it can be a bit hard, at least that's what I think, to maneuver all of them. But after a while, I managed to send up my guys, and soon I will send these guys into battle. As you can see, my left flank has moved over to my right flank has moved over to my left flank, and we'll join up together up here, so that I may have a force that I can attack him from the side here. He keeps on moving backwards so that my skirmishers won't shoot at him, except for a couple. As you can see, he is mounting up a defense on this ridge here. But I send my guys also to attack him, and I used the opportunity when I was moving to move ahead so that I could get the first few shots. So I had no idea how strong these guys were, since I had never played with, almost never played with the Ottomans before. But they seem to be doing their job pretty well.
Our men are running, sir.
So some of my skirmishers are running, but that's okay. As you can see, I'm moving my left flank up to attack him from the side with my camel gunners. It looks so beautiful when all the gunners are shooting at the same time. It's like a wall of lead. So he moved his mounted rifles to my side here, but he didn't attack my camels. More than a little. He shot a couple of mine, not so much. So he charged with one of his musketeers straight into my Ottomans, or my Nisan kitted infantry.
Our men are running for.
But I didn't intentionally just run away from the battle, as you saw here. I wasn't actually aware, but somehow it worked, and they started routing. It might be a coincidence, though. So as you can see over here, my cadet infantry are winning. The same thing is actually happening all over the place here. He has shot quite many of my camel gunners over here, but I still had more than him. At this point, you can see him. He's trying to form up a defensive position again over at his spawn place. So I just continued to push forward. I wanted to try to take out his artillery, since you can see he's going to try to move this in a second, and I wanted to catch him from the side as he was moving them, because artillery is so damn slow that I hope that I could shoot them down before they got behind his lines. So yeah, he saw a couple of artillery rounds there just take out a lot of my camels. It looked quite painful. So now I've taken all my units and formed the line over here. Yeah, this is happening, and I had no control over this. I did not know this was happening, but my general unit, for some reason, got the idea, probably from me being unaware of it, to run over here, which will have very sad consequences, as you can imagine. Some of my guys here comes back from routing. This is all that's left of my camels. I've lost about half of them. Okay, so you can see me moving my army straight ahead here. You can see I'm trying desperately to run after his artillery here. I did not want him to set up behind his lines, but sadly it wasn't enough. I took out a couple of his guys, but it wasn't enough. Well, actually, now that I look at it, I didn't actually take out any guys, which is kind of sad. But I didn't want to push forward more, because then his guys would be able to shoot at me. So I wasn't very concerned, because he would probably have trouble with shooting his artillery from behind his men, unless he wanted to shoot his guys in the back. Over here, my skirmishers are in position, and in a second I'm gonna move them ahead and try to start shooting at these guys. yeah, in here you can see my general was being shot at, and I noticed 2 seconds too late, because they started routing after they got out of his range, and my general is not actually dead, he's just routing. So that was kind of sad. He has a lot more actual units than me, so I had to set up my defenses a little differently.